Hey guys, today I'm excited to walk you through an unboxing of our number 38 survival kit. Before we dive right in, here's what sets this kit apart. It's small enough to pack anywhere, but still delivers on the 5 C's of survival: container, combustion, cutting, cordage, and cover. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get into this. So one thing here about the tin itself is a non-lined tin, so it has no liner in it. So you can boil water in it safely without worrying about that. Here we have a little bit of a sealing tape, kind of sealing everything in. We'll go ahead and remove that here now. Also, the lid here can also be used as a reflective device, along with many other things. Okay, as you can see, everything's packed in here pretty nicely. Nice and snug. We'll go ahead and start showing you what's in here. All right, first thing we have here, we'll go ahead and pop these out here. We have a few things. One of the first things here is a card. This card here tells you a little bit about the kit, a little bit about all mountain systems, and then on the back provides you a little bit of basic survival tips. Okay, the next thing we have here is our water purification tabs. They are 10 1-liter purification tabs. Next we have here is our first little pack. Inside this pack, we'll go ahead and open this up. All right, and inside here, looks like we're going to have a few things. First thing here is going to be a little square of aluminum foil. This is great for a couple different uses. I like to use it, wrap a couple things up or do some cooking. Great to put a little fish in there after you catch it. At least that's what I've done in the past. All right, the next thing here we have, we're going to have, this is our coffee filter. Standard kind of coffee filter, great for filtering water, among a few other things you can use it with, but just kind of a basic coffee filter. Next thing we're going to include is the 3x3 gauze pad. You never know when you might need something like that out there. It's better to have it than not. Of course, then we got a little bit of just regular notebook paper, and then you can use that as well. All right, guys, we're going to check out the next thing we have here. Remember, everything is individually packed, so we have things kind of grouped together. So this is going to be like a little med pack, if you will, and then we're going to go ahead and get into this and show you guys all what's in here. So one of the first things here I'll show you that's included, we do include ibuprofen. Ibuprofen was chosen because not only does it help us with pain, but also with inflammation. Standard kind of alcohol swabs for cleaning. Adhesive bandages, always come in handy. And a little triple antibiotic ointment for you. All right, let's see what else we have here next. Okay, next we have here is a little condiment pack, if you will. You're going to have sugar, salt, and pepper. You can always mix the salt and sugar together to create a little bit of a basic electrolyte formula. All right, let's see what else we have here next. All right, this is the integrated paracord. It's highly reflective. I chose this paracord simply because you got the most for your money. Inside, you'll find a couple different strands. I believe there's like a wax wick in there. There's a fishing line and a couple other strands of very useful items. So you have multi-purpose, multi-function. Okay, the next thing we have here is a little kind of fire pack. We're going to have windproof, waterproof matches, regular matches. And then on the back, we're going to have a little bit of this wax wick. If you chop it up, you can start a fire a little bit quicker, or you can kind of hold it and light it kind of like a candle, if you will. All right, and this is the big part of the kit. This is an actual full-size water bottle. That's right, 16.9 ounces, 500 milliliters, or half a liter. And it has a little bit of a sport cap to it. so it's easier for you to use it. It has another kind of a cap attachment to keep that separated as well. And the best part is it folds, so when you are putting the water purification tab in, then you kind of fold that, kind of the sediment at the bottom, kind of fold it over, and this gives you access to kind of the more pure water at the top. So that is something that is included in this little kit, believe it or not. All right, so the next thing here, I do have these black bands that come with the kit. The lid will stay snug by itself, but I like to use the black bands just to make sure it's really snug on there and that it's secure and watertight. All right, the next thing we have here is a little fishing kit. Inside this little fishing kit, these are a couple line floats here. Looks like it has some sinkers, a little barrel swivel. Also include a number 6 and a number 10 hook, as well as the line itself is a 12-pound pool line. So I've definitely worked with less as a kid, finding what I could along the riverbank. You will definitely catch a fish with this, so it's definitely good to have in a survival situation. All right, next up here was a little survival candle. This is 100% beeswax, and it is great in a pinch. All right, guys, next thing we have here, some steel wool balls. These are great in a couple different applications. All right, the next thing here is the little energy cube. It's a little bit better than a bouillon cube. It tastes like cocoa, has consistency of astronaut ice cream, has about 114 calories, it has fat, salt, and sugar. And of course, you can't go wrong with a little mint. All right, guys, we're going to take a look and see what else we have here now. Looks like this is like a little utility pack, if you will. We'll go ahead and get this thing open and take a look and see what's inside here. All right, looks like we're going to have this here is just a regular pencil. Okay, let's take a look. Next thing we're going to have is just going to be this button compass. Now, I'll be honest, I've had kind of mixed luck, but this batch that I found, I've had some pretty darn good luck with. I like these. Let's go and test it out. Let's get it away from the metal there. Yeah, not bad. Here, let me move it over here. Yeah, no, I'd say that's fairly accurate. It's pointing exactly where it should be. All right, let's take a look and see what else we have here. It looks like we're going to have some paper clips and some safety pins for you as well. Next thing is going to be a little utility pack sewing kit, and you have some safety pins and buttons in there. Next thing here is this is a 3 foot long, approximately, of 1 inch duct tape. All right, and glow sticks, of course. Next thing here is what the cutting tool is. This is going to be a very, very sharp surgical blade. I chose this one simply because of in the middle there. What you can do is you can kind of easily, well, what I've done is kind of put a rope through there. You can tie it to a stick. You can make it, really kind of make it however you'd like. Great kind of cutting motion. Really good at filleting as well. If you're out there, I've definitely filleted fish with this, and I've cooked with this kit before. So, wanted something that would definitely cut. All right, this is going to be a whistle for us. It also has an attachment for a keychain, so you can affix it to your gear yourself. If you've ever been to a construction site before, this is marking ribbon, or I like to call it trail marking ribbon. It comes in handy in multiple situations. It's very visible, and it can help you be seen. All right, this is going to be our cover. This is our emergency blanket. It will definitely keep you warm in a pinch. It's also really great for signaling. All right, the last thing here looks like we got are zip ties. These come in handy in a number of situations. I know I've personally used them at least once, I think every single time I go out. And then, guys, the tin itself, again, it kind of is a secondary container here. It's about 1.5 inches deep. You're looking probably about 6 ounces, and I've definitely boiled water and used it before out and about. And that's a wrap on the unboxing of the number 38 Survival Kit by All Mountain Systems. Thanks again for hanging out with me today. If you guys are interested in picking up one, don't forget we have a special coupon code, FIRST15, linked down below. If you have any suggestions that you think will make this kit better, feel free to drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks again for watching.